Since 2004, ICAP has been presenting exhibitions at the Montreux Jazz Festival. These exhibitions have been focusing on accomplishments by human beings. Just recently, this last July, there was a presentation of the power of women from historical times up to today, and looking at the future. As Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, ICAP's founder, says, throughout the long history of humanity, women have suffered the most whenever society has been wrecked by war, violence, oppression, abuse of human rights, disease, and famine. But it has been women, in spite of this, who have persevered in turning society in the direction of good, in the direction of hope, and in the direction of peace. As an example of the power of women, I'm thinking of one woman who is still my mother. And my mother, in the 1940s, when my brother and myself, through the ages of 7, 8, and 9, and 10, those were hard times because it was coming out of the Depression of 1933. And there was a lot of economic strife. And my family, I remember my family, my father, mother and father, they had 2 jobs each. They worked at night, but still, education-wise, every other Saturday, seems like it was every other Saturday was shopping day. We never lacked for food, clothes, and one other important surprise package. The door would open on this certain Saturday, and here my mother walks in with packages, not just food and everything, but huge packages, which she managed to carry by herself. And inside, there's the how to build airplanes, the erector sets, and also she brought the doctor sets and the scientist sets with the microscope, and she brought a lot of boxes full of different colors, clay in different colors. And this was presented to us to go ahead and use our imagination. They were not considered toys to her, which I later discovered. They were building blocks. And this continued through grammar school, high school. When I reached high school, that's when my mother brought everything to another level, and that's when she brought me a clarinet. My mother and my grandmother together put money together and bought a clarinet, a second-hand one too. This presentation in Montreux presents women who have spoken out and women who have sang songs, names like Ella Fitzgerald, Alicia Keys, Joan Baez, India Ari, Angelique Kidjo, Miriam Makeba, Sade, Omuo Sangare.
I've appreciated over the years ICAP's participation at the Montreux Jazz Festival because it's an amazing opportunity for the international community and particularly the Swiss and European community to be introduced not only to ICAP, but to be inspired through music and also through the work and values of musicians and artists from around the world who gather in Montreux each year. It's been an amazing and inspiring exhibit that comes each year, changes each year. There's different focuses. There's been an exhibit on mentoring, on peacemakers, and it's a way of outreaching to a whole new community across ages, across cultures, across languages. It's wonderful, wonderful work. This year's exhibit, Voices of Change, Power of Women, is very inspirational. We know some of these women that are presented. We know through their music, which has been a force for change. Joan Baez, for example, is featured in the exhibit. And as a folk singer, she has been at the forefront of social change and social movements for decades. There's other artists that are represented that I knew as musicians, but I did not know about their values and what they were working on personally in leadership roles. That gave a new dimension to their work and their lives, and really it adds a whole new depth and an appreciation when you see an artist who not only is sharing their talent as a musician, but also being a leader, living the values that they deeply feel, and inspiring change.